Hello my friends, I'm Rich Larson and I'm the IRC Tire Guy. Today we're talking what I believe is one of the most beneficial drills to improve your all-around control of the motorcycle. This is the best way for the average rider to train and ride like everyone's favorite Graham Jarvis. Not only is there extreme value in this drill, but it's also my absolute favorite way to train. It's called gait riding, and it's sort of the final boss when we talk about cone drills. Now, I know as of lately I've mentioned the benefits of cone drills over and over. Most riders view these simple drills as for beginners. The fact remains 99% of riders are nowhere near adequate at these techniques. To that 99% of you, I have to say, if you can't completely control your machine on flat ground, how can you expect to control your machine when it matters? The truth is, cone drills from the outside not only look easy, but they're somewhat boring. In their simplest form, they're a bit monotonous. Of course, I believe in the major benefits of these previous drills, but the reason today's cone drill gets its own episode is it's not only a sort of blanket exercise for all those previous drills, it's also, in my opinion, to be one of the most entertaining ways to progress and apply major benefits to your riding. So I'm sure, as all of you know, the best hard enduro athletes in the world are usually former trials riders. For instance, Graham Jarvis is a former British trials champion. Everyone wants to ride like Graham Jarvis. His technique is so sound on the full-size machine, he doesn't expend energy, keeping him competitive against riders more than half his age. Now, I personally didn't really start riding trials till a few years ago. I still ride trials as often as possible. Trials is by far the best way to learn precision with balance, body position, and throttle and clutch control. Really, you can find these extreme benefits in a 25 by 25 foot area. Trials can be done in literally something as small as your garage. Although truthfully, it isn't the most glamorous version of riding. I often see riders purchase trials bikes and then go on trail rides with them, or buy trials bikes, and when the weekend comes, they ride their regular bike. At the same time, a lot of weekend warriors can't justify spending $5,000 on a bike they aren't going to use. Of course, the best way to find these benefits is completely committing yourself to trials. Well, not everyone has the time to do that. This is why I wanted to share these gait drills with you guys today. They're an extremely fun and effective way to find that complete control of your machine without a trials bike. Now, gait riding is essentially trials. Basically, we set up two cones 2 to 3 feet apart and then randomly repeat that in an area. This can be done literally anywhere, from flat ground to a slight ditch, over one log, or in the middle of a riverbed. Literally anywhere. The goal is simple. Ride in between each gate without putting your feet down or crossing over your own track. Again, this is a sort of blanket, all-encompassing drill that is guaranteed to increase your overall skill on the motorcycle. When teaching, I always mention the 3 tenets of riding a motorcycle. When you pursue mastery and maximize your focus on these 3 tenets, you'll see a much quicker progression. Balance, body position, and power delivery, or throttle and clutch control. These 3 tenets are the basis of finding traction. Traction equals movement, equaling your ability to efficiently go where you want to go. Because this drill of gait riding is essentially trials riding, we're taking those fundamental skills all trials riders have and applying them to the big bike. You can easily see the application of the 3 tenets while performing this drill in different locations. Of course, with balance, we hold ourselves accountable, working towards no dabs in these sections. With body position, I'm loose and uncoupled from the bike. I ride on the balls of my feet, my knees above my toes, not in front, my hips are back. I move my body around the centered balance point in relation to what I'm riding. The slower I move and more abrupt the obstacles become, the more extreme my movements need to be to find that required traction. Something I always say is lack of momentum exposes flaws in your technique. In trials, you never really have momentum. Well, these gate drills are essentially trials. So when we talk traction, we have to mention throttle and clutch control. Our power delivery is smooth. We use all forms of control, not just strict throttle, a common bad habit that I see. Using a gentle input of steady throttle and actuation of the clutch to initiate my movement. Start with each gate far apart. And as you feel more comfortable, move each gate closer and closer together. This maximizes your ability to understand how to minimize your overall turning radius. Again, this comes down to having complete control in where I want my machine to go. There's no limit to how we can approach this drill. When I say this is a great way to learn how to ride like Jarvis, I really believe that. Of course, I'm sure he trains in more ways than this, but take a look at Jarvis's Instagram. Often we see Graham playing on single rocks, closing distance, and minimizing momentum with complete balance and control. If you follow my Instagram, you see me doing the same thing. I essentially copy how my favorite riders ride. There's a saying that goes, don't envy what others have, emulate what they did to achieve it. I hope this episode gives you a bit of inspiration and helps you progress. If you're enjoying the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at IRC Moto and my personal Instagram page at RichLarson511. And until next time, keep shredding.